Hello, everyone. This is the Nameless One, and tonight we are going to be doing an Alicorn discusses MLP collectibles. Give me just a second to make sure everybody can talk. Of course, it's way the hell down there. Okay. And before we get started, I want to remind everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all of that good stuff. Got a few big announcements coming up soon, so keep an eye out for those, and more on how to support the channel at the end of the podcast. For now, let's go ahead and start with introductions. And Nashi, I'm going to have you go first. Who you are, what you do, and let's go with... We'll go with the pride and joy of your collection.
All right. So I'm Nashi, also known as C Nash or Nashi Arts. I'm mainly an artist, but I'm also a streamer on Twitch. I focus solely around pony art. And as for the pride and joy piece of my collection, oh, that's a tough one. I have so much pony stuff.
Didn't realize that this was going to be such a hard question.
I would probably say...
I mean, it's like you ask someone to pick their favorite child.
Yes.
Literally.
I would say... Actually, can I give like a double answer for this?
I was going to say, sure.
So, my favorite official piece, because I also have a lot of fan merch too. My favorite official thing would be this Rainbow Dash gumball machine that I have, that it's still in the box and perfectly factory and everything, and I just love that I have it. As for... And then I have a favorite fan item that doesn't, or at least one that doesn't pertain to my own OC, because I have a few of those, would be this little pip light that I actually have.
Okay. Stella.
I introduce myself every time and then have the question of favorite thing, right? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, introduce who you are, what you do, and then favorite thing out of your collection.
Okay. I'm Stella Starr. I'm a voice actor, singer, artist, and writer. And my favorite thing is probably that I own all of the CMC, because it was near on impossible to find for me.
What from? Like Funko or?
Oh, just the little play figures.
The brushable ones?
Yeah, those.
Oh, epic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Axel?
Okay. Hi, I'm Axel Neon. Well, DJ Axel Neon. I am a voice actor, artist, writer, but I mainly do YouTube videos about dumb MLP theories. And I'd say my favorite thing in my collection would be Outfit of the Day Pip from the Bridalwood themed collection that they have on Amazon.
I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
It's really cute. She's so pretty. There's also a Misty one, and then later on down the line they came out with a Izzy and Zip version as well.
Huh. Ruby.
Oh, hi. I've muted myself. Sorry. Hi, my name's... It happens. My name's Ruby. I am a Twitch streamer and a 3D artist. I've actually recently started streaming regularly as of yesterday. If anyone caught me basically running away from any xenomorphs or aliens, but Yeah, that was a fun game. But no, anyway, now as for my favorite thing in my collection, I'm gonna have to. Do we do photos now or not? Because I have a photo.
Like the audience isn't going to be able to see photos because I don't have set up for that.
All right. Well, I'm still gonna post a photo. So into the text chat. So audience, you're not going to be able to see this. So I guess too bad for you. But I'm going to post the favorite part of my collection, which is a friend I take everywhere in my bag.
Ah, yes.
And he is small. He is my small friend, and he is small.
That's so cute.
For the audience, it is a smaller plushie. I'd say probably about 6 inch in height.
About 7 inch.
7 inch.
He's about like he's a smaller version of my previous main online persona. And he's now mostly like his own. He's mostly like his own thing. Just another version of me. Another version of me. He's smaller, more cuddly, more cute, and more mischief, and a more tricky version of me.
I mean, if we're getting into plushies, that's a harder choice.
Yeah. Well, I love him very much.
It does technically fall into collectibles, but
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's a harder choice.
Yeah.
I have so many plushies, including 2 of my OCs, so I kind of get plushies out of my collectibles list for that reason.
Oh, I love plushies, especially like fan-made ones. They're so freaking good.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know me, I am the Nameless One. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I do, of course, these podcasts, the D&D streams, Twitch live streams, writing, and I coordinate a lot of things behind the scenes for creators in multiple fandoms at this point, actually. And I'm also there's a few other things that I'm getting into that I'm not going to mention too much, but I do have another channel. Go ahead and take a look at the community posts, and go ahead take a look at that channel if you are interested. Other than that, as far as favorite, now you guys got me thinking about plushies. I'm gonna start with the fan thing. I have 3 statues of my primary 3 OCs that was done by Prototype Space Monkey on DeviantArt. In fact, if you go look at his DeviantArt, he still has the pictures of all 3 of them up on there. The by far some of the things that I am most proud of having in my collection. If I had to say for official products, it would either be the Guardians of Harmony. I have the Trixie and Starlight rocket that everybody seems to be having trouble finding. And
that one too.
I have the, if everybody remembers the like anime statues that they made of like the various
Yeah, I've always wanted those.
I got my hands on the Hatsune Miku one.
No way! I'm so jealous.
Oh my god! Oh dear!
As far as plushies go, as of right now, and I'm going to say that right now because the real one that I'm going to be getting, I should have by HarmonyCon. But currently, the pride and joy of my plushie side of my collection is a $1,600, roughly about 5 foot long Autumn Blaze.
Oh, I am jealous of that.
Yeah, it's made by Purple Nebula, one of the many fandom creators out there. Absolutely recommend their work.
I was about to say, I think I remember they made an Opaline, and I was like, I want it, and I never got it.
I can guarantee you that thing would have cost an arm and a leg.
I know, but I need it in my life.
For now, let's go ahead and get started. This one's going to be a little more conversational because I don't have specific questions. So if you guys got something to chime in with, we'll feel free to say something. And for those of you in the audience, don't forget to check out, send questions. We'll answer them at the end, depending on how topical it is. I might even address it before then. Ice will be watching the chat for any questions, though. So first off, let's go ahead and start with the great debate in the fandom. I'm sure a few of you may already have guessed it, but which do you prefer, or two, which is better, fan-made merch or the official stuff?
Well,
That
if it comes
depends.
to overall, I'd probably say fan stuff, but there are some really good official things too that I absolutely love in my collection, like the big vinyl Funko figures, or the Starlight and Trixie Rocket, the stuff that they made for kids, for the official stuff, it's kind of par for the course, what you'd expect. But the stuff when Hasbro made the few things that were specifically for the adult fans, they knocked them out of the park.
So if anybody didn't actually know, the Starlight and Trixie is part of a series called Guardians of Harmony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if off the top of my head, I'm going to see if I can remember all of them. There is a Nightmare Moon, a DJ Pone 3, a Chrysalis, a Celestia, a Discord, which, if fun fact, there is a version of the Discord that also comes with a Fluttershy and a very fancy box, but that is a convention exclusive.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
You mentioned Discord, now my brain's gonna go crazy.
I actually have that box. The box and the figures.
I have the Guardians of Harmony version of Discord, and the person that I got him from, they had him in his original box, but just like the convention exclusive version, they put a little Fluttershy in the box to come with him, and it was so cute.
The convention one also, it has a button inside that you hit. It'll light up the inside of the box, and the back of the box looks like stained glass.
Yes, it's so gorgeous. I wish I had that version just for the box. It's so pretty.
But there's one more from the Guardians, or two more from the Guardians of Harmony. There's also the Tempest and Twilight, and the one everybody forgets exists because nobody seems to care for Storm King. Storm King and the little his little minion, I forget his name from the movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there is one of them.
Most collectors forget about him because nobody really cares. But yeah, Guardians of Harmony is one of the ones that would be considered for the adult fans, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
anything that's obviously more figurine than toy.
And based off of what I had heard, they also were designed by fans.
Yeah. Yeah, I did know that.
Speaking of which, fun fact, even more reason for people to be pissed off at China, but China has exclusive merch on their end. And if
I've been seeing those posts, and I want them all.
If you've been following a creator called NK Plush, they have officially merchandised plushies, because they're a plushie maker. Their plushies have been officially merchandised through Hasbro China, I guess. However that works.
Mm-hmm.
but they are mass producing plushies by a creator that was doing them by hand.
Oh. Mm.
Again, only in China.
Yep.
Are you three?
There's actually a long list of things that China has that we don't. They still have pony
I've
stuff.
Noticed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
go ahead.
the question you asked earlier, my brain activated because I already had an answer. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for in like terms of merchandise. Because if you're just looking for solely like actual collectibles and not just like toys, I'd say fan merchandise is like way better if
Yeah.
you're not counting Guardians of Harmony and those anime figures. But if you're looking for like the actual like toys, definitely just go for the official toys in my humble opinion, because I mean they're not the best and a lot of them are not show accurate. Like I have Pink Celestia. I have 2 Pink Celestia.
I have the Pink Celestia too. That was actually one of like the first pieces of merch that I actually.
Yeah,
That's actually one of the first pieces of merch I ever had, because I came into the fandom in 2012, like right when they started releasing that set. So yeah, one of the first pieces of merch I ever had was the Pink Celestia.
Same. I had like my second piece of merchandise ever was the talking Pink Celestia before they released the white version, because that was the only version they had at the time. I remember being at the Toys R Us.
Let's fly to the
I
castle.
picked it out and I was like, let's fly to the castle.
Sorry, I cannot think about that Celestia without thinking of that video.
Let's fly to
Let's
the
fly-
castle.
That's what he said!
We're gonna die.
There's
And then
Oh my god.
I feel like G4 definitely got spoiled when it came to merchandise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
But has anybody ever seen the I think they're G1 pony crossovers with other franchises?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Those are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A lot.
I've only seen 2. Because I have the D&D set, all 5 of them. And then there was the Transformers. Were there any others? Anybody know?
I don't remember, but I do vividly remember the Transformers ones.
Hmm. They did a lot of Transformers MLP stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they own both franchises.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
makes sense.
What's a weird piece of merchandise? Like, I know Hasbro owns both of these, but Baby Alive and MLP. I mean, it makes sense because it's a kids show. But like that was
Is that
the
where
most
the
bizarre
cursed Flurry Heart
crossover.
came from?
No, that's not it. They
No.
did a G5 and Baby Alive collab, and it's like human baby versions of Sunny, Izzy, and Pip, and
What?
they're kind of really funny.
This sounds so disturbing.
Oh god.
Wait, hold on.
Also-
I chat obviously won't be able to see it, but I'm gonna send it to you guys anyways.
So what
Yeah.
you guys can do is, for those that are in the Discord, send it in like the Jester Hall or somewhere like that, and then that way, for those of you that are in my Discord, you can take a look at what's being sent.
Yes, I'll put it in there.
The
They're
Jester
kind
Hall?
of they're cute, but it's also just like what?
He stared into your soul.
What prompted this?
So, Nameless, you mentioned a cursed Flurry Heart. Are you talking like actual Flurry Heart merch? Or are you talking like that one baby Alicorn that Princess Skyla that appeared out of nowhere?
No,
Oh.
it was an actual.
Right
It was an
Oh my God.
actual Flurry Heart piece of merch. What all it was like the body of Flurry Heart was basically pear shaped, and then there was just wings, and they were massive.
Oh god,
just
yes, I remember that
remember-
one now. I remember
I-
that now.
I'm looking at it right now. Why does she look like that? She looks worse than Skyla, which I actually own Skyla, surprisingly.
It's not. It's. I don't know.
I think I've... Oh no, she's dead! Never mind!
That was not a sentence I was expecting to hear.
Hey,
Oh no, she's dead! Oh, that was...
Way to make sure it's not kid friendly.
I had Skyla sitting on my shelf. She's gone, and I looked down and she's on the floor.
Oh no! She fell down. She broke her neck.
She broke her
What a
neck.
tragedy.
I abuse that poor thing. Like, it'll sometimes, like, I'll accidentally press the button and it'll be like, feed me, and I'm like, I hate you. And I'll like,
Stop talking!
Horrifying.
God, now
just
that
don't
we're
incriminate
talking
yourself
about
further.
like weird merch decisions, I'm getting flashes to that like Applejack truck that had like the Twilight cardboard cutout in the back.
oh my gosh, wait, yeah. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, and like one of like it was an early
Gosh,
it was an
yeah.
early piece of merch that it was like a truck for Applejack, and like it had like the default like Applejack brushable, and instead of like just adding like a Twi in to go with it, it has a freaking like cardboard cutout of Twi in the bed of the truck.
Oh,
I'm
that's what made the
angry.
Can
fuck
they
out of. I love
be?
I'm
that.
riding my red tractor. Yeehaw!
I love that. I love that. I love that because like it's just imagine Applejack going out on an adventure with a cardboard cutout of Twilight because the real one was just too damn fucking busy. Huh? It's like she's just like, yeah, I got Twi in the back, and that's just no, that is Twi.
No, that's Twilight.
That is
I
Twi.
don't
She's
know what you're talking about.
No, she's like, yes, that is Twi. That is definitely Twi. She's definitely not someone. She's definitely not a friend who flakes out at the last minute because she has something busy to do. She's very punctual, but like with the most sass you can pack into like a southern voice.
Yep,
It's like-
that's Twilight. No, she did not run out on me last minute. I don't know what you're talking about, Smiles.
Like you just know Twilight is paying out the ass when Applejack gets back.
Applejack, I'm sorry for canceling on you. No, it's too late, Twilight. I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna post a picture of it for the audience.
I don't...
It's just too good.
It feels so cheap. Like they could have just put in another toy. You know
Like,
those
it looks
things
like
don't...
a blind bag Twi,
It's
baby.
so stupid. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love the early toys.
It doesn't match, so... It's... Wow. This may be a controversial thing to say, but I really have always hated the brushable toys.
Really?
I don't mind them. I mean, like if you just do you use any like hair gel with the brushable toys?
I don't have any, so no.
Oh well, I guess that sounds like a skill issue then.
Oh,
I
I
vastly
have
prefer the
question.
Funko ones. What you got, Ashley?
sorry, I'm dying. How do y'all feel about the reused Talking Celestia base for like Nightmare Moon, Chrysalis, and Cadence? Because I know they did that. What are y'all's thoughts on those specific toys in general?
At this point, I'm just used to them recoloring their toys. I didn't think much of it.
Not really just the recolor aspect, more just the fact the toy like itself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, in all fairness, there has been moments in the Transformers merchandise history where they would have done that too. Just recolor the mold, slap a different name on it, roll it out, and your Soundwave is now a Shockwave, or your Rumble is now a Frenzy. I mean, to be fair,
Soundwave, no.
or
I love
your Soundwave is now a Sound Blaster or a Shock Blaster or something. No, but and to be fair, in the actual Transformers fiction, there are some instances where there are multiple characters who have the exact same body type, which I suppose the marketing department was just like, "Yay, our job is slightly easier."
I don't know if it's just because of like the places that I've done my collecting in the past, but I've always found that Hasbro stuff is normally by far leagues below like a lot of fan made stuff.
Oh yes.
And with the exception of like when they outsource it, because all but I think the Guardians of Harmony was outsourced for the stuff that I do like from them. Because the symbiote plushies are made by a different company. You've got the hold on, I need to look up the name of this company so we can quit just calling it the anime company.
The anime. You look it up and it says that it's called the anime company,
know
and
their
it's like,
name.
fuck.
It's just
No,
really
they-
hard to pronounce for me because I'm stupid.
No, I got this. I just gotta find a instance of their name that isn't wrong. Here we go. Shoujo.
Oh, yeah, Bishojo, yeah.
Yeah, so the Bishojo ones, like, that's very obviously, I have seen this style of figurine and have quite a few of them while I was living in Japan. So that's just, like, how they make figures like that. And it's very obvious that it wasn't made by Westerners, because that's not how we usually make toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Guardians of Harmony stuff, if what I know about it is actually accurate and it's fan designed, it makes a lot of sense why it looks so good.
Yeah.
And then there's like the Chinese stuff that we keep seeing come out that is just like, who killed Hasbro? Where is Hasbro's design
Hasbro
philosophies?
killed themselves.
True.
They died.
True, I will agree with that. They have done a very good job of trying to kill every franchise they own.
I know,
Yep.
right? Everything's
Man,
gonna die at some point. Their company's gonna go
Like Wizard-
bankrupt.
You remember Wizards of the Coast's attempt with the
Oh god,
D&D and that one?
Oh god, the one D&D or whatever.
that actually went through to an extent. That they're calling it doing D&D 2024 now because they can't decide on a name.
Yeah.
But
Also,
like, there's
calling something that's like the 6th edition of the game, that's literally the 6th edition of the game, one, makes just about as much marketing sense as calling the Xbox One.
Hasbro has historically put its foot in its mouth when it comes to a lot of the things that it makes, and the pony merch has always seemed to be one of those. Because, like, for the longest time, you would watch the show and you'd see there's 2 cutie marks involved here for one pony. And then you'd get the merch, and so there's 1 cutie mark involved for this pony.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact,
Yeah, so there's even a
I'm-
fandom term for it. Hasbro
I'm,
cutie
like-
mark syndrome.
The blind bags.
It's-
I'm like convinced that's the whole reason that they did that in the G5 like animations is so it matches up with the toys, so kids will be like, "Oh, where's the cutie mark on the other side?" But like,
The
no, you're
symmetry.
just being cheap. Okay.
So in G5, the ponies actually only have it on one side.
Yes,
Yep.
they do. On the
Like,
3D models, they do.
They tried to call it in lore like magic was left the world enough that they could only generate 1 instead of 2, but then we know it was just Hasbro making them do that to stop complaints about the toys only
Yeah.
having 1.
Oh, yeah, now let's start a new round of complaints about that. Why is that? Let's not have that. Let's
Because
have not
Hasbro's
that.
stupid. That's why.
But yeah, I noticed that the Funko stuff is also really well done, as well. But Funko, like, once you get past some of its weirder design choices, like there was a Baby Yoda that they made at one point for Valentine's that my mom
God.
kept calling it the pink demon fetus.
Beautiful.
It was a
Why was it pink?
Come again.
it was a Funko made a Grogu Funko Pop, turned it solid pink, and thought that would be fine. It
Why
was
did
like
they make him pink?
it was like it wasn't like a like this is a normal pink. It was kind of a weird fleshy pink.
Oh,
Poor Grogu looked like some sort of demon
no.
fetus.
Oh
What
no!
the fuck?
But once you get around
Talking
the just look up the Valentine Grogu.
Oh, I don't wanna.
Oh no, thank you.
Oh,
I don't
But-
like it.
that's wrong.
That's
so wrong.
disgusting. It's like a freshly born newborn baby.
Mm.
Oh god!
You're making it worse.
Sorry.
But
Why is it that
Rotted.
shade of pink?
Ew. Ew.
now that I have thoroughly traumatized probably more than a few people,
Anyway.
Funko-
I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
oh yeah, there it is. There it
Don't
is.
post it again.
I've seen worse. You know what? Maybe I've seen worse. Well, what? What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Well,
You know what? Actually, I think this is actually supposed to be just crumbs.
yeah,
Oh, no,
that it is. That it's
Yeah,
it's
but-
eating a cookie.
But it looks like is it though?
It really does.
It does.
You know what? I'm probably just gonna headcanon this, and this might actually be canon anyway. But I'm wondering if babies of that species are born pink as newborns, and then they
They
You know,
turn
so
green.
And then
they turn green afterwards. You know.
Why would they turn green?
because they're green.
Well, I know, but like, why would you go from pink to green and not?
Maybe it's when they. Oh, I don't know. Short. Maybe they're born and it's their first time being exposed to a lot of light, and so their skin turns green.
It's
in
not
response-
how skin
I'm just-
works.
They're aliens.
It's not how human skin works, but I don't know. It's freaking Star Wars.
Anyway,
With midichlorians and shit. Maybe it's midichlorians. Alright? Alright? I'm just headcanoning here, alright?
Wouldn't it make more sense that like it's a lighter shade of green and then gets darker as they grow older? Because the
I
pigment
will
would
say
be
I will
like
say
the
that
sun
what,
would.
I will say what Stella's saying makes more sense. But
true,
I'm sorry.
but it's really
can't-
funny to think about it
Maybe
being
it's
pink and then turn green.
Maybe the skin's made of something else, I don't know. Come on, I'll check out with a cool idea, and you guys are just like, no, that's not how human skin works. And I'm like, I'm sorry, is Grogu a human? No.
anyways, back
If that looks like a human to you, then that's probably the worst thing about this.
Well, no, but like it's not like our skin is technically the color it is now when like we're young. It's not. We do actually kind of change. I'm gonna shut up.
You're smart. No, you're being smart is the thing. We're just intentionally stupid.
True,
Yeah, no, I mean,
true.
yeah, like, I mean, maybe
anyway,
the species, the pigment, they have. Oh, whatever.
we're gonna move on from that.
We're too
Um,
off topic.
Back to what I was saying. Funko is actually one of the. They have the highest quantity of quality pony merch that isn't fan made.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you've seen them, but like they've got everything to like tiny rainbow dashes that come in various colors, to keychains, to the ones that look kind of like the old style of the G1 ponies, but like G Ford. And then, of course, their signature big head, black beady-eyed ones.
I can't remember if they're Funko or a different one, but like they're like these blind box figurines that are just like they're like a little bit they're like a little bit smaller than like brushable
is Funko.
size, but they're all
I know
and I specifically love the ones that are like all black, but the mane and tail are still in the color.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, those are actually Funko as well.
I have.
I have a few of those, and I love those.
Yes, I have DJ Pone 3, and I also have Bon Bon, but I have the glow in the dark Derpy.
Yeah, I don't have the glow in the dark one, but I do have the original Derpy one.
Oh, it's so freaking epic.
Mm-hmm.
So based. I remember those. Me as a little baby child, I wasn't actually a baby. I was like, 10 years old. I would see them at like Hot Topic every time I would beg to get one, and every time I got one, it was either a double of one I already had, or it was like one I didn't want, because as a kid I didn't freaking care for Bonbon, but now I'm like, I have Bonbon! Life is good! Life is great!
I have the bigger version of both Bonbon and Lyra.
Oh,
Yeah,
based and
I do
epic.
too, actually.
Ooh.
And I also have the Rainbow Dash one too, because that. Oh my goodness! So while we're talking about like the merch that's more for the older crowd, going back to the Guardians of Harmony, just real quick, I just got reminded of a story of the story of how I actually came into possession of the Starlight Trixie rocket. It was like around the time the Nintendo Switch was coming out. I had pre-ordered it and everything, so I was at GameStop waiting for it, and they're doing like a, pick your number, we'll call you. And so I was looking around the store, and it was just sitting there on a shelf, like it was like the only one just sitting there by itself. And so I'm just like, well, I'm taking my chance. I'm taking this. And the dude who was like manning the counter when it was my turn to get the Switch, and I'm like, oh, I'll also get this. He just straight up asked me, is that from here? Even he didn't know that it was there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you do go places that sell pony merch, and you go to buy the merch, and then people are just like, where'd that come from? Are we
Yeah.
selling this? Is this real? Because I've had that happen a couple of times in mostly smaller shops. They were like, oh, I didn't know I had this.
Oh yeah, I kind of had a similar experience where I was at a comic book shop and I saw one of those MLP activity books because I like to color it because I'm a freaking baby, and I got it and I
Coloring's
took it up.
awesome.
It is.
I took it up to the cashier and they're like, "Huh, I didn't even know we had anything MLP related." That reminded me of that. That's probably the only time that happened, but I think it was funny.
Yeah.
But I do, since we are talking about collectibles, I do have to bring up the plushie scene, because if you want to see some ravenous collectors, holy crap!
Oh yeah.
Get in between either a pin collector or a plush collector and something thereafter. Good lord, those people will spend more money than I have ever seen change hands for a toy.
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's genuinely
crazy.
scary.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, I may be one of those. Especially since the one that I am currently waiting on cost me $2,000. So yeah, it's going to be over 6 foot long. So it's that is why it costs so much. But it is one of those things that once you start actually looking into fan creations, you start to realize that some of them can be prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I almost commissioned a plushie of my character Axel, and the only reason I didn't is because I needed to save a lot of the money that was going to go into that, and I was like, dang it.
I'm gonna tell you now that unless they can find a fabric that has the gradient that's in your main, you're going to be some plush maker's worst nightmare.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just tempted on making it myself, to be honest. I don't want anyone to suffer. But if I do commission anyone to make like a character of mine, I'll probably just go with my Draconicus character Prism, because she's adorable and I need to hug her in real life.
Aw.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah,
let me
I
see.
can show.
And
If I
When
had
I
copies,
was getting the plushie of my OC Blood Moon, my Batpone, that's my avatar right now. It was not cheap, let me tell you that much. But one thing that just really made me smile, and like this is why I love getting stuff from fellow fans. Like I'll plug. I'll absolutely plug her because her work is awesome. I got the plush from Little Moon, and apparently she was aware of my OC before I put in my commission for my plush, and she was like super excited to make the plushie because she loves my character.
See, I will absolutely plug the Bruiser of Pieces is the one making the 6-foot one that I just mentioned. I've also gotten things from Purple Nebula and a number of other ones that I cannot remember for the life of me off the top of my head. But I've also noticed that there is another side with plush making that you have people that are not so good at it, and some that are also not so honest about not being so good at it. Because I know Epic Rainbow Crafts or ERC, I have something of theirs, and I found out later that they're pretty well known for photoshopping their work to make it look better. But I have shown pictures of some of the stitching on the plush, and every single time, without fail, if a plush maker sees the stitching, they have an aneurysm over it.
Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, so it's one of those that you gotta like do a little bit of research. And I'm saying this specifically for the audience that might want to someday go diving into the world of plush makers. There are a lot of really good ones out there, but make sure you do a little bit of research. I know Little Shy has a community that he's made for plush collectors. That's a really good place. You can go ask around, and they can tell you who is and isn't like trustworthy, whether or not people are scammers, because that's happened before a lot as well, where people will string other people along where they were never intending to make the plush. But that's kind of just like one of the downsides of the internet. It can happen with an artist, it can happen with a musician, it can happen with anybody that you are trusting to give you a service in exchange for money.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of off topic, but it's related to plushies. A really great plushie maker that I found in one of my servers is named Jelly Sweet. They make MLP plushes, but they've recently been making really great Wild Manes plushes. They're kind of
I
epic.
recognize that name actually.
They went to a convention recently, and I think they sold a Coco plushie. I don't remember, but I've seen like a couple of their MLP ones. I would have to like probably like the only way I know how to contact those through Discord. I'd probably just DM them and be like, what other stuff have you made? But I know I've seen them make MLP stuff as well, but they made a Coco from Wild Manes and they made a Candy from Wild Manes. Both are really good, and I think Candy still is in need of a home.
Interesting. You should. I can give you a link, and you should send them an invite for the hub. But with all this talk of merch from the fandom, I think we should probably mention one of the best places to find that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, internet's one thing, but going to a convention, now that's a good place to find pony merch of both kinds.
Oh yeah, like 90% of my merch has been bought at cons.
Yeah, I think I bought a Little Pip Kieran from Rubio Wolf at Everfree Northwest. That was the first one I had bought from a convention. But yeah, like...
Oh, I think that's the convention that they actually went to sell their plush. Oh, now I think about that. The little light bulb in my head went, oh.
Everfree Northwest is actually a really good convention for, like, I've noticed the ones that I go to or have been to. I'm going to be going to BabsCon for the last one, but HarmonyCon and EFNW both seem to be really good for merchandise.
Oh
They
yeah,
generally have very large halls for it too.
Everfree Northwest has a lot of really good merch. Take it as someone who actually struggled to vend there multiple years and finally got in last time. They are very tight on who vends, so Everfree has high quality stuff.
Ooh.
And I know with HarmonyCon, well, really any convention, if you're not even looking to buy stuff, you just want to see other people's pony merch, just stand around in the main area during the middle of a convention, and there at some point will be a plush mountain that will just appear.
I keep hearing about that. I've never witnessed one before. Mainly because every time I go to a convention, it's not strictly MLP. HarmonyCon's gonna be my first strictly MLP convention. But I've heard about them, because I've heard some people do them at non-MLP conventions too, but I keep hearing about plushy mountains. Those sound great and like a dream come true.
So I could see it probably happening at furry conventions occasionally. But my experience is that I go to HarmonyCon basically every year at this point, and they always have at least one. But
I hope I get to witness it.
as far as like the rest of them, I don't know how consistently they do it. And a lot of, I believe that HarmonyCon was the first convention that they started doing. Like I remember being there when Little Shy got the idea to start doing essentially a plushie panel.
Ooh.
And I've seen it at basically every convention ever since, run by different people every time. But it's still every convention ever since there has been a plushie panel where you'll see just pictures of like mountains of plush. Although I will say I do feel bad for some of the people that bring their plushies, because I've seen a couple of them. They are carrying the plushie, and the plushie is taller than they are.
Oh my god!
Yep, I've seen plenty of those, and I want to be one of those people.
As long as everything works out, I will probably be going up on stage carrying one that is at least a foot taller than I am, or a foot longer than I am tall.
Oh my gosh!
Because
I keep having like the idea of I want a Discord plush, but I want him to be huge, like taller than me, because I feel like it would just be the best thing ever, and I can drag him around at conventions, and I can have him like laid over my shoulder like a scarf or something.
I will warn you that with the there's a certain length where they just can't get the fabric long enough.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
whoever you end up trying to do that with, make sure you talk to them about like what they are able to handle.
Yeah, of course. I might just do it myself, to be honest.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, because I've been meaning to learn how to make plushies on my own, because a lot of my characters have weird designs, and I'm like, I feel like if I commission this, someone's gonna die, so I'm just gonna do it myself.
That I'm not gonna lie, that's a mood. I have commissioned my characters on several occasions, and I have one of them that every plushie maker that has ever seen him is, I'm not touching that.
Is it your main OC that you have?
No, actually, the one that's up on screen right now is the one that's going to be over 6 foot long. The other one I have, he is part skeleton, so his body is see through in the parts that are uncovered. So
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard to translate into a plush. Oh my
Eh.
gosh, but that sounds really cool.
yeah, but I think next we should probably start talking about some of the other collectible things, like enamel pins. Because
Ooh,
that,
I have so many enamel pins.
I don't have, honestly, I have enamel pins, but none of them are MLP. But I keep seeing a lot of them on Etsy that I
So-
would love to have, and a lot of them are of Cadence because she's my favorite princess.
you said you were going to HarmonyCon?
Yes, I am.
I may or may not be totally plugging a friend's booth, but Melee or the Hawaiian horse or Hawaiian,
Melee, I love her stuff.
she's got some really nice pins. I have several from her that I've either bought from her or she's given to me. But
Ooh.
she's got some really good stuff. So if you're looking for some decent ones to start out with, but just like conventions in general are a good place to find stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, just I feel like when it comes to fan merchandise, if you want like something like freaking great, going to like a convention, because I remember I saw like a bunch of like cool stuff of a game that I like at I think it was like Fanboy Expo, which I'm never going to a Fanboy Expo ever again, but some of the merch they had was freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
God. That was probably the worst convention I've ever been to, though, but we don't talk about that.
Oof.
Stella, you got anything to add there? You've been quiet.
I'm sorry. I'm listening. I just don't have words to say.
Understandable.
How
Yeah.
about you, Ruby?
About what?
I feel like
anything you want to add to the topic? Just in general?
Yeah, well, Small says hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
aw.
Well,
Okay, Small's tired now, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
I think that given the topic, we're probably gonna make this one a bit shorter, just for the that way that the entire thing is not just people talking about, oh, I own this.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I do.
Yeah.
I would like to bring one last thing up because I know we briefly mentioned them, and I know a lot of people have already said that they're not a big fan of the brushables, but like mainly because honestly, I thought that's what we were gonna talk about was the brushable toys, because whenever I hear people that collect MLP, it's usually that. But then again, I come from a household that's like that. I grew up on fashion dolls, and those toys mainly have like a beauty/fashion focus. But I was honestly wondering, aside from the fact that y'all don't really prefer brushables, y'all's thoughts on them in general.
I have
I-
never seen one that the hair was not one giant, massive knot.
Fair enough.
Actually,
Yeah.
that is what I collect, and if you know how to take care of the hair, you can make it look so good. Like
I've
I
seen
get
it.
them to look so accurate.
Yeah,
I-
I used to do that when I was little. That's what I would do, but I've gotten to the point where I can't maintain their hair because I don't have time. I have other
Yeah.
collections that I need to maintain their hair, like wild manes.
I've seen like some of the amazing stuff that people have done with the brushables, even without like modding them. Because I've seen people that will mod them and add parts and things like that. But like
Yeah.
even the ones that like they just brush the mains. But like I'm kind of the opinion if I have to do more than just make sure that it's not like dusty and covered in spider webs, then it's more work that I want to put into that collection because
Okay, now.
I've got pets, so
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, understandable. I get
Totally
that.
understandable. I loved putting in the effort though. I thought it was
Yeah.
fun.
I could
It's-
imagine
I-
that it's quite fulfilling.
It's really fun to style, like, the hair. When I was a kid, I would, like... I remember I actually had a Twilight and a Rainbow Dash that had show-accurate hair because I specifically styled it to be that way. A whole can of hairspray. I mean, their hair was, like, really hard. At that point, you might as well just make it out of plastic. But I was pretty proud of it as a kid, and looking back, they weren't half bad. I just wish they weren't rock hard with hairspray. That was one mistake, and because I used hairspray and I didn't cover the rest of their bodies, they became very sticky very fast, and it was gross.
Ew.
Yeah, little me didn't know how the heck that worked. I just did it, and I was like, oh, and I ended up giving those away. I have new ones now of those same, like, figures, but I didn't style their hair because I have a Monster High collection now. I have a Wild Mates collection now. I have to deal with their hair, not their hair.
Nasha, did you have something else that you were wanting to add?
Mostly just I actually like the brushables I have in my collection. Not that I really do much with them other than display them, but I kind of have a soft spot for them because like my first ever like MLP collectibles ever period where those first run McDonald's toys where like they had like the plastic hair, but they had like the plastic mane, but the brushable tail.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I
So, yeah.
hated those.
Yeah, those hold a special place in my heart for my collection since they're the first things that I ever got,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so I have a bit of a sentiment towards the brushables.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I was also curious about like the different lines, main lines for the play line / brushable ones. What were y'all's favorite lines for that? Like, I remember Pinky's Boutique, if anyone remembers that line where it was like, everyone calls it Emo Pinky, but the only reason they call it that is because she had, like, white and black hair with her normal pink.
I remember what you're talking
Okay, but like,
about.
that is so cute. I like that.
Yeah,
I loved that. It looked adorable.
I know. Also, Pony Mania kind of, like, threw me off as a kid, but I really liked it. Pony Mania was really cool, if y'all know what I'm talking about. That one's kind of infamous. Like,
yeah, I think everyone at least knows something about it.
I think I may have seen that one before, but I'm not entirely certain.
It had like a Toys R Us exclusive set. It came with like Celestia and like the main six, except for Applejack for some reason.
Because they hate Applejack.
Because they freaking hate Applejack, even though she's like amazing.
Actually, I watched a video that actually broke down really well why we don't get much Applejack merch, and it's not because Applejack's an unpopular character.
What is it?
It's literally because orange toys are the least selling toys, so toy companies will just straight up not make orange toys because it's a waste of money to make them, and Applejack just happens to be orange.
Oh,
okay.
That is
Okay, so it's because of racism.
I
I mean, racist against the poor Applejack. God damn it, it's even worse. Randy Fanny, you have a lot to answer for.
Specifically towards Southern orange people.
Oh, damn.
Because
in my opinion, you already have a lot to answer for, but we're adding this on too.
I don't know why I said people. She's a horse. That's a horse.
I learned something today. I did not know that that's why there were so little Applejack stuff.
That's crazy. But
yeah.
Especially since she's one of my favorites.
She was one of my favorites as a kid too. Fluttershy was my main favorite as a kid, but now it's Discord. But she's one of my favorites. Definitely in my top 5.
But that also feels really, really off. Considering that, like, some of the most popular Pokemon are bright orange.
Yeah, but that's kind of it's kind of different though because
it's a video game first, merch second.
Yeah, that, and I feel like because Pokemon was more so like a gender neutral thing, but it was mainly pushed towards boys more, and the color orange is more popular with little boys, unlike colors
Social
like pink,
standards.
purple.
Orange is more
Yeah,
popular.
basically, it's just like it's gendering toys.
And like in social standards, they're not gonna think Applejack's gonna sell well with girls.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she's more tomboy, and the only reason you could say like, oh, but Rainbow Dash is tomboy, but she has that rainbow aspect.
Rainbow, yeah, exactly.
And that tends to sell with little girl toys, so that's why Rainbow Dash sells so well, and why she's very popular with little kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a. I'm.
So it's more than racism; it's sexism too. Got it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. That's just the truth. Honestly, oh my gosh, I can't get into that. Or else I'm gonna rant. But I have a feeling that the whole racism thing is probably another reason why freaking Hasbro decided that they were gonna make Equestria girls like just colored like their pony selves, because I feel
honestly,
like
I agree.
Like, dark colors won't sell. Like no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, that would have. I'd say the Brony fan would not have been ready for that at the time at all.
Yeah, because they were really racist at the time. That reminds me of the
It was born on 4chan after all.
That's true. It reminds me of the whole
a significant part of it, yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of the whole like Polly Pocket and Bratz situation, where with Polly Pocket there was like 2 characters that were black at all, and then with Bratz, while they had more variety, a lot of the other dolls would get packaged alone, while the other ones would just get packaged together, and I'm like, that's because stores are ordering the black dolls list, and I'm like, oh no!
I mean, Hasbro
and racism.
Hasbro has a long history of like having issues like that, and then massively overcorrecting for no reason in ways that people are just like, "Why did you even do that?" Because I know that D&D right now, they removed the word race and replaced it with species, where in that technical term, the use of the word race is more appropriate than it is when talking about other types of human. Because you're literally talking about different races at that point. Because a dwarf is not a human, a orc is not a human, an elf is not a human.
Yep.
So it makes more sense to use race in that, but then they were like, people are upset about race things, so let's remove all mention of it. So they go from,
even though it has nothing to do with D&D whatsoever.
They go from being really racist with packaging and like the psychology behind trying to sell as much stuff to kids as possible to massively overcorrecting in things that they don't need to.
And then also having all their fans like plummet. They're gonna go bankrupt with all this crap they're doing.
I mean, they basically already did that with how horribly they handled G5.
Yeah, they did!
Actually, it's not just G5, because at the same time, Magic the Gathering got hit really hard because of how they've been handling it. And then there was the OGL scandal from D&D. So, in fact, one of their largest arms took a massive hit to their stocks and profits because of the fact that they were so badly mishandling things. And then G5 didn't do well and hit them pretty hard, but it wasn't as bad as what happened with WotC.
Yeah.
Goodness freaking gracious. I wish they didn't make dumb decisions with G5, especially with the toys. Oh, I could rant about the G5.
Oh, just walking past them makes me crumble and just it's so bad.
That's what I was mentioning, because one, we got no G5 merch, official G5 merch, and then our toys, and the stuff we did get is
is not
Not
the
even that good.
best
I'm
quality.
still
I-
mad about how much good stuff Asia keeps getting for MLP G4. Like,
Mhm.
have you seen some of the blind bag stuff they've been getting?
Yes.
It's so fucking adorable.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, I
Why can't we
pulled,
get it?
I opened a blind bag the other day and pulled a yellow Twilight with Trixie's cutie mark.
Mm. What?
What the hell is this?
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Because for some
What?
reason everything in the US it sucks for some reason. Like
Hmm.
everywhere else gets all
As an
this really
as an
cool
Australian, I can confirm.
like oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so have y'all seen China's version of the G5 toys? They look miles better than what we got here in the US. They're
hooray, capitalism.
adorable. They are so cute, and I wish we got them here. They have really cute and appealing faces, and there's this little like chibi like figurines, like blind boxes. I want them, but they're only in China. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. Oh, I wish I could have one. I love Pip and just pet her little head because she's so cute. My fave. Please. Please.
And then-
I'm
Short little Pip. Short little Pip.
short little Pip baby.
But
I
yeah,
also like little Pip.
the fact that they had somebody like NK Plush being the one that helped with the designs for the plushies that they're having made. I don't know if you've seen NK Plush's stuff, but they're like
Oh, I have.
they're the one of the ones that collectors seek out for plushies because of how high quality they are. And I believe they're the ones that also do the skeletons inside the plush so you can pose them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So why can't we have that? It's like what is wrong with Hasbro that it can't just do that everywhere?
Yeah, because that would be so great to have.
And it'd
Especially
be-
here. They'd make a ton of money if they released them here, but no.
I mean, just look at what people spend money on with the Squishmallows. They're little egg-shaped things that require very minimal manufacturing. Now imagine if you actually had something that was of high quality, but came out at a similar price. I'd imagine that you would make bank off of that, because everybody would have to have at least one of each one.
Yes! Exactly! But for some reason they're stupid and they're like, well, let's not release them in the US where it's probably gonna make us the most money. What?
Literally.
We would eat that up. I would literally eat it up.
Like, we've been deprived of good things. You know how well good things would sell here? People would go crazy.
Yes. It would go
Especially like
pop off.
collectors.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you ever watch like people that collect, like even like the older adults, they don't normally just go for the little dinky blind bag shit. They go for the high quality stuff, the stuff that people are gonna remember, and then they
Oh,
start going into the obscure shit. But no,
This,
Or
oh
ha-
my gosh.
poorly made Hasbro decisions.
This reminds me of the whole like Rainbow High situation where Rainbow High was originally like really great quality, beautiful looking dolls, and now they look like crap. They look like baby
They
stuff.
look demonic.
Exactly.
Ice made a good point. Let's release it in the country where people don't have much disposable income, but not the one which they do.
Literally.
Yep.
Life
Although-
is pain.
Although, to be fair, from what I have seen, a lot of Americans have a lot less disposable income right now. But we're not going to get into that too much.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, that's a discussion for another time, but honestly, I think that I just think like I just think American companies are just really cheap, and given the American specific laws and regulations, which again I won't go into that either. I think that's allows them to do that. Because like I know in Australia we have stricter food standards, we have stricter standards for other stuff as well, and we also have like a stricter minimum wage and whatnot. But that's another story again. But I think that's another reason why I guess even stuff in Australia has in many aspects tends to be better than in America.
We have
Internet's
shit
not
in
one.
our
Internet's
food
not
that
one of
is
them, though.
banned in other countries.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're not gonna get too into that one, at least not
Yeah.
on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a lot to go on about.
Yeah, there is a lot to be said on those subjects. It's just this is not the place to say it, and I would recommend anybody interested in finding out more about it go do some research. It's not that hard to find.
Doing research is good, and more people should research things instead of just blindly assuming and thinking they know everything. Smiles.
Yeah.
Agreed.
On that note, though, does anybody in our little group here have anything else they want to bring up, or we good?
I can't think of anything else.
I think I'm good.
Stella?
I'm good.
Ruby?
Hey,
Ruby?
that's small again.
For
There you go.
now, then, we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. For those of you
Sounds
that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. If you want to show further support to the channel, there is links in the description for just about everything. I highly recommend checking out Twitch subs, YouTube memberships, super chats, bits, stuff like that. Patreon is also in the description. All of that helps me out a great deal. And big thank you to my priest-tier patrons, Cameo, Shadowness, and Ice Crystal. Without y'all's help, I could not continue doing what I am doing. Especially like the Patreons and Twitch subs and memberships. You guys do help out quite a bit. I cannot say that enough. Other than that, for those of you that enjoy my stuff, I will be live again, hopefully tomorrow. Definitely Sunday, but hopefully tomorrow as well. And hopefully that way we can go ahead and finally get the story moving again on Lost Memory Second Chances. And I will be back to doing my usual random live streams throughout the week. I needed a bit of a week off because of various things, so now I'm feeling much better and we'll be back at it again soon. And for those of you that know about the deal with the Twitch, somebody has bought something off the Throne wish list, so for those of you that enjoy playing with my voice mod while I am streaming, then that will be free next time I am live and not recording. Or alone, because it's not as fun for you guys if you don't get to torment people like Blue or Wind. Other than that, everybody have a great evening, and don't forget to drink water.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Be hydrated. Yes. Be hydrated or else you'll die!